Part 18. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 172. Elder Sister. Elder Sister. The two sisters rushed in immediately when they heard the noise. When they saw the petrified bayou, they were stunned for a moment. Then they looked around the bathroom and saw that it was intact and there was no sign of damage. They were guarding the door. Where did this person come in? Wait a minute, why does this person look familiar? Marigold looked at Bayou, who turned into a stone sculpture. He seems to be the vice captain of the Straw Hats. Cold sweat formed on Sandasonia's forehead. They also know the news that the Straw Hats defeated the Yonko Big Mom. And they are also very aware of Bayou's terrifying strength. Unexpectedly, this guy would appear here. Still petrified. What do you two think about the door? Hancock asked loudly. Sorry, sister. The two apologized immediately. But at this moment, the petrified Bayou was slowly recovering. I was so scared that I almost thought I was going to die. Bayou, who recovered, let out a long breath. The moment he was petrified, the destructive power in his body reappeared. The petrified power was as fragile as a newborn baby in front of this destructive force. He was swallowed up without any resistance at all. After swallowing the petrified power, Bayou felt that the destructive power seemed to become a little stronger. He didn't know if it was an illusion. When he wanted to control this power, this power disappeared again. You. How come you have nothing to do? Hancock was shocked. No one has ever been able to recover after being petrified by her. We meet again, the pirate empress, Boya Hancock. Bayou smiled slightly. Then, in response to him, he was infatuated with Gan Feng. Bayou, who had just recovered, was petrified again. But this time it was only petrified for a moment, and he recovered. You are too much. Bayou didn't finish his words. Petrified again. Hancock immediately rushed over, ready to kick Bayou into pieces. You are trying to kill me. Bayou grabbed Hancock's ankle. Spying on my concubine bathing. Damn it! Hancock shouted coldly and kicked Bayou with the other foot. I wasn't peeping, I was watching openly, just like now. Bayou disappeared from the spot and appeared behind Hancock. Asshole! Hancock roared. Overlord's domineering energy burst out. Bayou also burst out Overlord's domineering energy to fight against him. Boom! Two waves of Overlord's domineering energy collided together. The small bathroom could not withstand such a powerful force and began to shatter and collapse. The nonsense is over. Put on your clothes so that no one can see you. Bayou doesn't want others to see Hancock's body. The woman he likes is his. What on earth do you want to do? After Hancock put on his clothes, he looked at Bayou with slightly narrowed eyes. After the battle just now, she had calmed down. With the strength of 9 snakes, they are definitely no match for the Straw Hats. Especially the person in front of him. Not only is he not afraid of her, a man with the power of petrification and a domineering look. You. Bayou replied very straightforwardly. I. Hancock was stunned for a moment and didn't react at all. That's right, didn't you ask me what I wanted to do? Bayou said with a smile. You. Hancock reacted and gritted his teeth angrily. Okay, I won't tease you anymore. We were just passing by and didn't expect you to be there, so we stopped by to say hello. Bayou looked at Hancock, who was about to get angry, and quickly explained. Do you think I will believe you? Hancock said coldly. If you don't believe it, I can't help it. Why are you here? Are you trying to seize Auntie's territory? Bayou asked very curiously. I don't have that interest. Hancock said with disdain. Then you're not here to find me, are you? You said with a smile. How can it be? Hancock was almost furious. She had never seen such a man before. It's the pirate empress and the clone Bayou. Kill them. The people from the Seidel Guild showed up again. Roll. Hancock is already annoying enough, but these flies dare to come and provoke her. Prisoner's arrow. Dense pink arrows flew out. All the people in the Seidel Guild turned into stones and fell to the ground. Okay, now let's talk. Bayou found a piece of gravel and sat down. What to talk about? Hancock said coldly. Of course it's your business. I can help you remove the marks on your back without hurting your skin. Bayou said with a smile. You? How do you know? Hancock's eyes narrowed slightly. I just saw it so clearly. Bayou was about to get angry when he saw Hancock. He quickly changed his words. Don't be impulsive, if you want to remove that shame mark. What do you know? Hancock clenched her fists. This was the last thing she wanted to mention. I know exactly what you are going through, that's why I came to you. Bayou put away his smile and looked at Hancock seriously. Why do you think I killed those useless Tianlong people? Why? Hancock was stunned for a moment, and his voice was not that cold. Of course it's because of you. Hancock's face turned red instantly, and heat appeared on the top of his head. The new world is about to be in chaos. You should go back to Daughter Island quickly. The next target of the world government is Ushishibukai. Bayou knows the current situation. Sooner or later, the world government will take action against the Shishibukai. It's just a matter of time. And now that 2 of the 4 emperors have been abolished, the balance of the new world has disappeared. At this time, the Shishibukai are likely to be used as cannon fodder. You can really heal my backside. Hancock hesitated to speak, as if he didn't want to mention that word. I have cured it. If you don't believe it, let your 2 sisters take a look. Bayou smiled slightly. Without Hancock's words, the 2 sisters quickly ran behind Hancock. Really disappeared. It's amazing, when was it made? The 2 sisters were shocked. Although I can heal the marks on your body, I cannot clear the marks on your mind. Bayou shook his head helplessly. The kind of injury engraved in his heart cannot be cured so easily. Thank you. Hancock said softly. You're welcome. Can you tell me the name of that celestial dragon? Bayou asked. Kama el Holy. Hancock gritted his teeth and said the name that disgusted her so much. Got it, next time I meet you I'll catch it and send it to you. Bayou nodded and wrote down the name. If he encounters trash like Tianlong, he will kill everyone he encounters. He will never show mercy. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 173. Sir Sidal. The Straw Hat Pirates and the Kuja Pirates are so powerful that our 3 teams have been completely wiped out. The subordinates reported in a panic. They usually deal with small pirates, and the highest bounty is tens of millions. I have never seen such a powerful pirate. They are no match for them. Especially the Straw Hat Pirates. Those 2 people. One said he cut a lot, and the other said he kicked a lot. They simply didn't regard them as human beings. Anyway, I haven't hunted big pirates for a long time, so I should do some exercise. Where are they now? Seidel rubbed his neck and stood up. The Straw Hats are at the dock, and the pirate empress is now with Bayou, the vice captain of the Straw Hat Pirates. The subordinates quickly reported. Let everyone gather together immediately to deal with the pirate queen first, and then the Straw Hats. Seidel immediately issued an order. He wanted all his men to see his heroic appearance. Yes. The men immediately became excited. Their boss was finally going to take action. This is the pirate hunter who is known as the most powerful in the world. At that time, after Bayou removed the Tianlong hoof mark from the backs of the 3 Hancock sisters, just prepare to send them away. The current new world is a huge whirlpool. If you are not careful, you will be torn into pieces. Even if the strength of the Kuja pirates is pretty good, with the name of the Shishibukai, they will definitely become the target of all pirates. The navy is also happy to let the Shishibukai fight against these pirates. Anyway, if one Shishibukai dies, they can still find another one. When you come to my territory, you still want to run away. Pirate Queen. You can't run away. Cider shouted loudly. This is the momentum of the world's strongest bounty hunter. Sir Sidal. Too strong. He can be so domineering when facing the Shishibukai. As expected of Lord Cider. Hearing the praise from the younger brothers behind him, Sidal's vanity was greatly satisfied. When he defeats the Straw Hats, the whole world will know his name. You know. Bayou looked at Hancock. How could I know such an ugly and rude person? I turned him into stone. Hancock looked at Seidel with a murderous look on his face. Forget it, we need to care for the mentally retarded. Bayou shook his head. Well, I listen to you. The murderous look on Hancock's face disappeared in an instant, and his face was filled with tenderness. The speed of his face change was comparable to the speed of light. Asshole! How dare you underestimate me? I am the strongest bounty hunter in the world. Cider roared angrily and rushed directly towards Bayou. The 58 of the Broken Path Khotanlan. Bayou raised his hand, and a huge whirlwind rushed out. Seidel and all his men were blown away. Okay, please leave quickly. Don't worry about anything. Let's go back to Daughter Island first. Bayou turned to look at Hancock. Well, I'm waiting for you at Daughter Island. Hancock nodded and boarded the pirate ship very reluctantly. I'll find you soon. Bayou waved his hand and watched the 9 Snakes pirates leave. On the other side of the beach, the Straw Hats had a great time. Everyone experienced the fun of flying. Lichy swordsman, don't fly around, I'll look for you if I get lost. Sanji shouted loudly. Lecherous chef, what did you say? Zoro looked at Sanji with an unkind look. When their eyes met, there were faint sparks. Kick you away. Hack you to death. The two shouted in unison. Huh. Their foreheads were pressed together, and their noses were also pressed together, except for their mouths. At this moment, Seidel's group of people flew over. Bang! One person hit behind Zoro. Then, this scene is indescribable. The whole world became quiet. The Straw Hats all seemed to be under a freeze spell. Asshole! I won't let it go. Seidel stood up, furious. But before he finished speaking, he saw Zoro and Sanji. Did Zoro and Sanji kiss? Chopper said in shock. I never imagined that the two of them would have such a relationship. Robin sighed. It had long been obvious that something was wrong between the two of them. Analu said. My eyes. Jinbei quickly washed his eyes with water. Everyone has their own hobbies and we should bless them. Ace said. I was so scared that my eyes almost popped out, even though I have no eyes, yo ho ho ho. Brooke said exaggeratedly. Jinbei, get me some water. I want to wash my eyes. Nami said quickly. I also want. Wai Wei couldn't stand it anymore. This was the first time she saw such a scene. As partners, we can only wish them well. Usopp said seriously. After that, he went to wash his eyes. What are Zoro and Sanji doing? Meili asked with a confused look on her face. Meili, don't look at it, forget what you just saw. Nami quickly covered Meili's eyes. Vomit. The two quickly separated and began to vomit. What happened? Zoro and Sanji, what's wrong with you? Frankie rushed out of the cabin and looked at the two people with a strange expression. These two people were fine just now, why did they vomit? Asshole. Zoro and Sanji were filled with anger. This almost made them lose their minds. You, don't mess around. Seidel fell to the ground in fright and kept retreating. He had never seen such a terrifying look. It was not like a human look at all, it was completely a devil's look. The secret of three sword styles, thousands of worlds. Devil's wind kicks angry flame. Both men gave an angry blow at the same time. Seidel and Hathie's subordinates disappeared without a trace in an instant. Even the island began to experience earthquakes, as if it was about to shatter. Bayou felt the huge movement and quickly activated his ability to appear next to everyone. Bayou, you are back. Just now Zoro and Sanji. Before Chopper could finish his words, he was directly arrested by Zoro and Sanji. One was strangling his neck and the other was covering his mouth. Chopper's small body was constantly struggling. You two want to kill Chopper, let go quickly. Bayou said speechlessly. The two of them reluctantly let go of Chopper. The two of them kissed. Chopper shouted and hid directly behind Bayou. You two. Bayou had a question mark on his face. What happened to these two guys? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 174. Holy Land Marijoya. Inside the science laboratory. Various advanced equipment are in operation. On the huge experimental table in the middle lies a human being more than 3 meters tall. This person is none other than Blackbeard Teach. After Blackbeard was fished by Sengoku and Garp, he was brought to the laboratory by the world government. A person can only eat at most one devil fruit. This has been the rule for hundreds of years. But this Blackbeard can actually possess 2 devil fruit abilities. How could the world government let this go? If this secret can be found out, the power of the world government will reach its peak. The person born in research is naturally the world's #1 scientist, Vegapunk. Blackbeard's body is covered with various tubes. Lying there quietly and motionless. It's not that he doesn't want to move, it's that he can't move. Is this the end? How unwilling. If you let me live, I will never let you go. Bayou. Blackbeard kept shouting in his heart. Start memory clearing. A voice sounded. Clear memory. Blackbeard was shocked and wanted to break free. Unfortunately, besides his thoughts, he was still active and his body was no longer under control. Dr. Vegapunk, clear his memory now. Asked the scientist in protective clothing. I don't want to repeat the same command a second time. Vegapunk just wore a mask and no protective clothing. But no one dared to speak against him. Because he is the world's #1 scientist and has wisdom that exceeds 500 years of human beings. Blackbeard felt his consciousness begin to blurry, memories dissipate little by little. From now on, your code name is Zero. Vegapunk glanced at Blackbeard, and quickly controlled the instrument with his fingers to transform Blackbeard. Dr. Vegapunk, Marshal Aokiji is here, came the voice from the phone bug. New. Vegapunk said, taking off his gloves, throwing them aside and walking out of the laboratory. Doctor, how is the development of the Straw Hat suits going? Ching Pheasant said very politely. This is not very difficult, but the power system of the suit is quite special. Even if it is developed, it will be very difficult and inconvenient for ordinary people to use it. This suit should only be suitable for transforming people. Vegapunk said. During the war, Frankie's first suit was destroyed by CP0 people. The fragments fell into the hands of the Navy. After seeing the power of the suit, Ching, how could the pheasant let go of such a good thing? If everyone had one, wouldn't the Navy be able to sweep across the sea? However, this result made him very disappointed. Okay, excuse me, Doctor, how is the research on Blackbeard Teach? Ching Pheasant asked. Although the suit cannot be used, if the secrets of Blackbeard can be studied, It can also enhance the strength of the Navy. I have no choice but to clear his memory and turn him into a modified person like PX0. Of course, his fruit abilities can be retained. Vegapunk hesitated and said, Kingji, your Navy can't get this person. I understand. Goodbye, Doctor. If you can, please work harder to see if you can solve the problem with the suit. Kingzi took a deep breath and calmed down. I will. If there is any latest news about the Straw Hats, please tell me. After Vegapunk finished speaking, he turned around and left. Aokiji looked at Vegapunk's leaving figure, sighed in his heart, turned around and walked out. At that time, the Straw Hats were celebrating Luffy's awakening. Come. Cheers. Everyone raised their glasses together. They are now one step closer to Ravdruag. 2 pieces of road sign history have been obtained. The next step is to go to Wano country to get the 3rd piece, and then move on to find the 4th piece of road sign history. Text. That way they can find Ravdru and get the legendary Great Secret Treasure. Luffy, congratulations on finally fully understanding the 8 Gates dungeon. I said that as long as you can comprehend the 8 Gates dungeon, I will teach you new skills. Are you ready? Baiyu looked at Luffy with a smile. I'm ready. Luffy shouted immediately. Baiyu smiled and tapped Luffy's eyebrows. Free Ultimate Intention Kung Fu, one of the gods' control skills from the Dragon Ball world. If you fully understand it, you will gain power over the gods. Due to different world backgrounds, the effect of the skill will change. Please experience it by yourself. Yes, it is the Super God skill. Baiyu was also shocked when he first obtained this skill. After all, this has power beyond the gods. If Luffy can really master it completely, then absolutely no one in this world can defeat Luffy. Of course, everyone does not include Baiyu. Although the skill is powerful, it is also very difficult to master. After all, this skill is said to be a divine control skill that even the gods cannot fully master. So complicated. Luffy frowned, not understanding at all. When he was taught the 8 gates of Dungia, Luffy opened the first gate in an instant. But after encountering Zig Gong, I was completely confused. Don't worry, the more powerful the skill, the harder it is to understand. As long as you can understand a little bit, your strength will change dramatically. Baiyu said, from today on, you are not allowed to use the 8-door Dungia before you understand the self-free ultimate intention Kung Fu, not even 1 door. Ah! Luffy fell directly to the ground. When you have nothing to do in the past few days, you can take turns fighting Luffy. As long as the boat is not damaged, you can fight in any way. Baiyu ignored Luffy and said to everyone. Luffy can't use the 8-gate dungeon, right? Sanji asked. Yes, if he dares to use it, he will not be allowed to eat for 3 days. Baiyu said immediately. Baiyu. No. Luffy screamed, if he is not allowed to eat for 3 days, he will die. Then control yourself and don't rely on the 8-gate Dungia in battle. Baiyu shook his head and sighed, although the 8-gate Dungia is powerful, the damage to the body is also very huge. Even if you are a rubber man, you will be too much if you use it many times and frequently. Alright. Luffy also knew that Baiyu was doing it for his own good, so he could only agree. Can I use a knife? Zoro had a smile on his lips. Luffy was the one who laughed the most when it came to him and Sanji. He had to teach Luffy a lesson. Casual. Baiyu smiled. How could he not know what Zoro and Sanji were thinking? But this is just right, and it will be of great help to Luffy in practicing the ultimate mind skill. Look. There's a glowing golden island ahead. Usopp shouted loudly. Nami immediately became excited when she heard the words glowing and golden. Others also looked over curiously. That's not an island, it's a ship. The world's largest entertainment city is on this giant ship. It's also called the Golden City. Bayou was also a little surprised. He didn't expect to come here. However, it's not bad. He can make another profit before fighting Kaido. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 175. After hearing Bayou's words, everyone became excited. Golden City and Entertainment City, these two words are enough to attract everyone's interest. Without any surprises, it passed unanimously. Wanlihang Sunshine sails straight ahead and lands in Golden City. The 39 of Binding Dao, Round Gate Fan. Bayou raised his hand to form a huge shield, blocking everyone's heads. Bayou, what are you doing? Luffy asked doubtfully. There will be gold powder falling down later. If the gold powder is inhaled into the body, it will have a great impact on the body. Wow! There really is gold dust. Nami's eyes were shining with golden light. Her obsession with money has been cultivated since she was a child. This is an obsession that has been engraved in her bones. What's left on our ship counts as ours, right? Usopp quickly picked up the broom and started collecting gold dust. Look at me, a super vacuum cleaner. Frankie yelled and took out a huge vacuum cleaner. All the gold powder on the ship, including the gold powder falling in the air, was sucked in. The corners of Tetsalo's mouth on the stage twitched. The 5 emperors of the New World, no, now we can only talk about the 3 emperors. Whitebeard retired and Big Mom was defeated. There are only 3 emperors left in the New World. Such a powerful pirate group would actually be greedy for his gold dust. However, since they are so greedy for money, then it's easy to handle. No matter how strong you are, it's useless. In the face of money, all your weaknesses are exposed. Warmly welcome the Straw Hat Pirates to the Golden City. Tizalo shouted loudly. There was warm applause and discussion all around. The Straw Hats are here. Be a good boy, this is big news. Okay, why do you smell like twist when you talk? Now it's interesting. They may not be as powerful as the Straw Hats, but I don't accept gambling for money. It should feel good to win against the Straw Hats. What a bunch of desperate guys. Don't think that the Straw Hats can bully them at a young age. Don't forget how Big Mom is dead. Welcome everyone from the Straw Hat Pirates to the Golden City. I am Tizalo, the manager of the Golden City. Next to me is Bakura, the guide who is responsible for receiving everyone. Hello, distinguished guests. The two of them were smiling and saying hello very politely. No need to be so polite, take us to experience the world's #1 entertainment city. Bayou glanced at the two people and didn't tell them apart. Now that he's here, let's have some fun first. We'll talk about the rest later. Okay. Tizalo clapped his hands, and 2 luxury cars drove over. Let Bakura take you around the city first, I'll be waiting for you in the entertainment city. After Tetsalo finished speaking, he bowed and left. Everyone, please get in the car and let's go. Bakura said with a smile. This was the first time she had received such a powerful pirate group, and she was a little panicked. Bayou took the 3 girls and the little lowly Melee and sat in the car at the back. Luffy and others crowded in a car. It's all gold. If you steal one, you can sell it for a lot of money. Usopp's eyes were also shining. My thief's blood has begun to boil. Nami looked at the glittering gold on the street, and her eyes had completely turned golden. You'd better not steal anything and look around. Bakura had cold sweat on her forehead. If it were other guests, she would have warned them directly. But she didn't dare to do these people. If you like it, this place will be ours from now on. Bayou said very directly. Okay. Okay. Nami nodded quickly. The entire ship was made of gold. How could it be worth tens of billions of Baileys? She had never seen so much money. Cold sweat broke out on Bakura's forehead. She did not expect that, the Straw Hats actually dared to take advantage of this place. And they said it in front of her without any taboos. "Baccarat, are you hot? Why do you keep sweating?" Luffy asked curiously. "No, no, I am prone to sweating," Baccarat quickly explained. "Oh, let's go to the amusement park quickly," Luffy shouted excitedly. "It's an entertainment city, not an amusement park," Zoro corrected. "Is it different?" Luffy scratched his head. "Then go to the entertainment city, then to the amusement park." If he could tell the difference, he wouldn't be Luffy. Ace sighed. This younger brother is really worried. "Don't worry, everyone, before entering the entertainment city, change into clothes that are more in line with your status," Baccarat said. She had to inform Mr. Tizalo of the Straw Hat Gang's purpose. Then two cars parked in front of a clothing store. After everyone walked in, everyone's eyes lit up. The price of clothes here, although they are ridiculously expensive, they are very beautiful. Each VIP can choose a set of clothes for free, Baccarat said. Free? Nami immediately became happy. Otherwise, buying clothes for a dozen of them would cost tens of millions of belly. Others immediately started to choose clothes. And Baccarat walked aside, picked up the phone and contacted Tetsalo to report situation. Bayou didn't stop him and just pretended that he didn't know anything. After everyone changed their clothes, they went directly to the entertainment city. This is the largest entertainment city in the world, where all entertainment projects and facilities are available. This is the 100 million Bailey chips that you have been paid in advance, Baccarat said, and asked the staff to come over with the chips. We have so many talents and get 100 million, who are you looking down on? 100 million per person. Bayou shouted loudly. Bayou, don't bet so big, right? Nami was also shocked. There are 14 people on their ship now, which is 1.4 billion belly. It would be fine if they win, but it would be ruined if they lose. If you bet, you have to bet big. I believe we will be very lucky. Bayou smiled slightly. They are pirates. If they lose, they can just take it back. What are they afraid of? I can't make the decision, I need to ask Lord Tizalo, Baccarat said quickly. Go get your chips. Tizalo walked out. He wanted to see how the Straw Hats took over his territory. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 176. Who just said that strength has nothing to do with gambling luck? It's too scary. In just a short time, their chips have doubled, right? More than 1 billion Baileys. If I had so much money, I would have found a place to be a king long ago. What kind of luck is this? The gamblers were dumbfounded. Anyone who knows how to gamble can see that the Straw Hats don't know how to gamble at all. They rely solely on luck and no skills at all. But they keep losing money. After playing a lot, everyone was a little tired. They sat together to drink water and rest. All the distinguished guests are so lucky to have won more than 1 billion belly in such a short period of time, Baccarat said with a smile. Convert those chips into money, Bayou suddenly said. Change it into money. Bacala was stunned for a moment. What, why don't you let the money you win go away? Bayou looked at Baccarat with slightly narrowed eyes. Of course not, it's just that you are so lucky, why don't you continue playing? We also have dedicated VIP rooms, Baccarat said quickly. If the Straw Hats were allowed to leave with these billions, her life would be over. If you are not interested, no matter how good your luck is, there will be a time when it runs out, so exchange your chips first. Bayou simply refused. Bayou, I want to go VIP. Luffy said from the side. I'll wait until the money is exchanged. Bayou nodded and said. Great, that Barbara, hurry up and give us the money so we can go VIP. Luffy immediately shouted loudly. My name is Baccarat, not Barbara. Baccarat's patience has reached its limit. She has never encountered such an operation before. By changing the chips, is this because she wants to remain empty-handed? Dear distinguished guests, if you want to enter VIP, you have to bring chips with you, and it is not convenient for you to get more than 1 billion belly in cash, right? Tizalo came over quickly. It's okay, you don't need to worry about that. You can just exchange the chips we won into Baileys, and our principal of 1.4 billion Baileys doesn't need to be exchanged. Bayou waved his hand. With the little lowly Melee here, I can put down any amount of money, okay. Okay, go and change the money. Tizalo could only choose to compromise, otherwise he was afraid that the Straw Hats would really leave. The main reason was that Bayou didn't play according to the routine at all. Soon, more than a dozen boxes were brought over. Here are 1.5 billion Baileys. Tetsalo said, would you like me to arrange for someone to help you get to the ship? No, Melee, collect the money. Bayou waved his hand. With a wave of Melee's little hand, the 15 boxes of money disappeared. The people around opened their eyes and looked at Melee in surprise. Come on, we can go to VIP. Bye. You said with a smile. Oh, okay, this way please. Baccarat said quickly. There were relatively few people in the VIP room, and they were basically just watching the fun, but there were very few people actually gambling. There was only a huge dice cup and 2 huge dices in the room. A strong man lift up the dice cup and put the 2 dice into the dice. Jump high and slam the dice cup onto the ground. Everyone, are you interested in playing it? Tetsalo said with a smile. All in double. Luffy shouted loudly. The captain is indeed a captain and has courage. Tizalo gave a thumbs up. The strong man picked up an axe, jumped high, and rotated rapidly. Didn't he want to split the dice cup? Sauron asked in surprise. Then, dang. The strong man's head hit the dice cup directly. Click, the dice cup began to break. The axe is completely useless. Sauron complained. The dice appeared in front of everyone. 2 4 points, 8 points double. Wow. Luffy is so awesome. I won 1.4 billion in one go. Chopper's eyes suddenly lit up. You are so lucky, how about we play a little bigger? Tetsalo said with a smile. Okay. Luffy nodded in agreement without thinking. Captain Lou is really happy, so how about we make a bet of 5 billion Baileys? Tetsalo said with a smile. Good. 5 billion is still big. How about just betting on your golden city? Bayou stopped Luffy. Of course, but what are you betting on me? Tizalo sneered. Over the years, too many people have wanted to take advantage of this place. If he didn't have some means, the place would have changed its owner long ago. That's not easy. We all have enough brains, right? Bye. You said with a smile. Are you sure you want to bet so big? Tizalo frowned. You won't dare to do it, right? Bye. You said with a smile. I really don't dare. I don't have the strength to take the heads of a group of you. And even if you are the deputy captain, will other people agree to you gambling with their lives? Tizalo looked at the others. Of course we agree. Anyway, Bayou won't lose. If we lose, we are willing to admit defeat, and you can take your head. Everyone didn't hesitate and chose to believe Bayou directly. Is there nothing to say? Bayou looked at Tizalo. Okay, since everyone wants to play so big, let's play bigger. Tetsalo nodded, I'll take this bet. Since the game is so big, I also want to participate. 3 Tianlong people came in with a group of guards. El Holy. Tizalo hurriedly walked over and saluted. Well, It's rare for someone to have such courage. I also want to participate in this bet. No problem, right? El Saint glanced at the Straw Hats and said. It's our honor for you to attend, of course. We are betting on our lives. What are you betting on? Bayou directly interrupted Tetsalo. He is crazy. How dare you talk to the celestial dragons like this? It's better to run quickly, otherwise you will be implicated later. What a madman, even the celestial dragons dare to offend him. The onlookers were immediately frightened and quickly left the VIP room. They don't have the strength of the Straw Hats. If the Tianlong people get angry and turn their anger on them, it will be over. I bet your lives. If you win, you don't have to die. If you lose, you will die. El Sheng glanced at Bayou, walked directly to the sofa and sat down. The guards behind him immediately stood behind him. Then you'd better beat us. If you lose, you will all die. Bayou sneered. He still wanted to find this Tianlong man, but he didn't expect that he would deliver it to his door. And it was buy one, get two free. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 177. Quiet. Eerie silence. Dare to openly tell the truth about killing Tianlong people. This is definitely something only a madman can do. At this moment, Tetsalo regretted his bet with Bayou. If he had known this, he would have simply let the Straw Hats take the billions and leave. He has a lot of money anyway. If Bayou really killed the Tianlong people, then his place would definitely be destroyed by the Navy. A bunch of lowly savages. You will pay for what you say. Kamal gritted his teeth with holy anger. As long as he waits until CP0 arrives, he will immediately kill the Straw Hats. No, he will turn the Straw Hats into his slaves. Do you want me to kill you now? Bayou sneered, filled with murderous intent. These stupid pigs really thought that they were the descendants of their creator and were superior gods. In fact, they were just a group of defective products left behind by the creator. Well, Vice Captain Bayou, let's start betting. Tizalo said quickly. He also obeyed this group of Tianlong people. He clearly knew that this person was a madman, but he still provoked him. He really didn't want his life to be long. Okay, do you bet on odd or even? Bayou is not in a hurry to kill the Tianlong people. Since these Tianlong people dare to talk to him like this, they must have something to rely on. Basically, if they are not admirals, they are CP agencies. I bet on the single. Tetsalo said. Then I can only bet on double. Bye. You said with a smile. Otherwise, you can bet on odd, and I'll bet on even. Tetsalo said. No, I don't like being alone. Bayou smiled. At this moment, Baccarat took off his gloves. One of the bound ways, se. Bayou's fingers moved back a little. Bacala's hands immediately went behind her back and fell to the ground. Sorry, I don't like strangers touching my body. Bayou said with a smile. He has always been on guard against this woman Baccarat. Luck is an elusive thing. But it must be believed. The best way is to prevent this woman from touching him. Drive quickly. Bayou said. The strong man rolling the dice looked at Tetsalo. Open. Tizalo didn't believe that his luck would really lose to Bayou. He was able to have everything he has now in a few years, and luck also accounted for a large part. The strong man knocked the dice cup away with his head again. Two people won, 2, double. Ah. 1. Nami shouted excitedly, hugged Bayou and kissed her. Haha, no need to die. Luffy smiled. This boat is a bit big and not as comfortable as the Wanli Sunshine. Said. Saran shook his head and said. It's okay, give me a few days and I'll dismantle it. Frankie looked around, as if he was considering how to dismantle this big guy. It would be a pity to demolish it, it would be better to sell it directly. Robin said. I feel like it's good to keep it. This ship is so big, we can transform it into a real amusement park. Wei said. Didn't the vice captain say we hold a friendly match before? I think this is more suitable. Anilu said while holding his chin. Not bad indeed. It feels right for me. Ace nodded. He really wanted to compete with others. Dang. Dang. Don't touch my gold. Nami directly knocked the two of them to the ground. Nami is beautiful and scary. Chopper was so scared that he hid behind Bayou. It seems that I have good luck. Bayou looked at Tizalo with a smile. This is my golden city. No one can move. Tizalo roared angrily and immediately activated his fruit ability. The gold on the ground melted and fixed the Straw Hat's feet. Are you sure you want to take action against us? Bye. You looked at Tizaro and said, I also know a little bit about you. What would Stella think of you if she knew that you were now reduced to a lackey of the Tianlong people? Or are you saying that you haven't had enough of being a slave after several years, and you still want to be a dog to the celestial dragons for the rest of your life? How do you know this? Tizalo's eyes widened and he looked at Bayou in panic. He had never told anyone about being a slave, let alone Stella. I know more than you think. The reason why I played with you for a while was to give you a chance, but now it seems that you don't cherish it? Bayou shook his head and sighed. Do you want me to join your pirate group? Tizalo was stunned and asked. Join us? You are not qualified yet, and you are not suitable to be a pirate. The most Bayou can do is let Tetsalo help him make money. Want to get on the ship? You really think too much. He doesn't lack fruitful abilities now, nor does he lack skills. You fool me. Tizalo looked at Bayou bitterly. You are not worthy of my play. You should still manage this golden city, and I can give you 30% of the money I earn every year. Is this condition okay? Bayou still wants to give Tetsalo a chance. After all, once the ship is in his hands, the only option is to dismantle it or sell it for money. Aren't you afraid of the world government? This is a franchise country recognized by the world government. Tizalo knows that he is no match for the Straw Hats. If there is room for redemption, he will never give up. Are you talking about these stupid pigs? Bayou looked at the celestial dragon, raised a finger, and the lightning shrank. Poof! A bolt of lightning instantly penetrated the head of the holy son of Kamael. Son! I kill you! Kamael Saint roared, took out his gun and shot Bayou directly. Bang! The bullet flew out. Bayou flicked his finger, and the bullet flew back and hit the female celestial dragon directly in the leg. Daughter! Kamal Saint exclaimed, kill them. However, none of the guards moved. You! Before he finished speaking, the guards all fell to the ground. It is really very convenient to use bawang color domineering to clear out the miscellaneous soldiers. Don't worry, I won't kill you now. Bayou said and threw Kamal Saint's daughter next to Tizalo. Kill this Tianlong man, and you will be mine from now on. Hearing this, Tizaro looked at the female Draco on the ground. He thought of that gentle and kind girl Stella. He thought of the shame of being captured as a slave. All this is because of these Draco. If there were no Draco, he would be able to raise the money to buy Stella. Without these Tianlong people, he would not be what he is now. You lowly human being! You dare to kill! Poof! Tizaro held the golden sword and pierced the female celestial dragon's body with one strike. But he didn't stop. Pull out the sword and thrust it out again, one sword after another. He didn't stop until the female celestial dragon's body was stabbed to pieces. Tetsalo's whole body was covered in blood, as if he were a demon crawling up from hell. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 178. Everyone around was dumbfounded. No one thought that Tetsalo would be so crazy. That's a celestial dragon. Yes, this is the Tetsalo I want to see. Bayou clapped his hands. Since Tizaro has killed the celestial dragons, he has completely opposed the world government. Even if he pays a lot of money, the world government will never let him go. What on earth has this guy been through? How could it be so crazy? Jinbei frowned. Although Bayou's intimidation had a certain effect, if he didn't hate the Tianlong people in his heart, he would never do such a crazy move. It seems that this is also a poor man. Why wayside? There are too many poor people in this world, and the culprits behind all of this are these damn celestial dragons. Robin thought of her hometown. If it wasn't for the world government's order, how could the Navy launch the demon-slaying order? Since they don't dare to explore history, then she must publish the history that has been blank for 100 years. If these heavenly beings are gods, then I am the creator. Anilu also laughed as he spoke. He thought of the time when he once claimed to be God. However, he does not miss that time. He is very happy now. Even if he is a god, I'll beat them away too. Luffy clenched his fists, and there was one more person in his heart that he wanted to beat away. Although the other people did not speak, they were also very tired of the Tianlong people in their hearts. They had never seen a good Tianlong people. It seems like all these Dracos are the same trash. You crazy people. This will not end well for you. The world government and navy will not let you go. El Saint shouted angrily. Maybe we will not end well, but you must not see it, and your end must be even worse than ours. Bayou said coldly. He was going to send this celestial dragon to Hancock. The three sisters should be very happy to see this celestial dragon in their hands. Lord Tizalo. It's the Navy. The Navy is coming. Lord Tizalo. Let's run quickly, we can't save this place. Lord Tizalo. The men shouted loudly. Tizaro seemed to have not heard it at all. He walked towards Kamal Saint with a bloody golden sword. You can't kill this one, I still have a use for him, and you will be the one to kill the Tianlong people in the future. Bayou stopped Tizalo. He had already promised Hancock, how could he let Tizalo kill him? If you can take me to the Holy Land to kill Mary Joa, I will be your most loyal dog from now on. It's like Tetsalo has become a different person. I can promise you, but not now, the time has not come yet. Bye. You smiled, looked at Tetsalo and said I don't need dogs, and I don't like dogs very much. The last person named Akainu was killed by me. I just want you to be yourself, and then do it for me work. I believe in you. From now on, my life, Tetsalo, will be entrusted to you. Tizalo knelt down on one knee and said seriously. Get up. Bayou waved his hand, he didn't like this. The Navy is coming, and the general must be coming too. Let's evacuate quickly. Tizalo said. At this moment, a dazzling golden light lit up. A tall figure appeared. Help me. These lowly lunatics want to kill me. El Saint shouted for help. Uncle Kizaru. Luffy shouted. Hearing this familiar voice and familiar name, cold sweat broke out on Kizaru's forehead. He heard that the celestial dragons were attacked, and then rushed over quickly. Who would have thought of attacking the celestial dragons? It's the Straw Hats again. Don't scream. Kizaru roared angrily. When I see you coming, I don't even want to kill this Tianlong man. Bye. You said with a smile. He didn't expect to see Kizaru so soon. Kizaru. You actually colluded with pirates. El Saint roared loudly. Snap. Bayou snapped his fingers, and a circular transparent light shield enveloped several people. Sound barrier, people outside can't hear what we say. Bye. You said with a smile. Can't you just stop for a while? Kizaru just sat on the ground helplessly. He really doesn't want to have any entanglement with the Straw Hats now. He just defeated Big Mom, and now he killed the Celestial Dragon again. We don't want to cause trouble. This Tianlong man came here to kill us. What can I do? Bai Yu spread his hands and felt helpless. He was telling the truth, if these Tianlong people didn't jump out. After he took care of Tizero, he left directly. Kaido was his target. So what are you going to do next? Kizaru asked. You asked as if you didn't know we were going to fight Kaido. Bai Yu looked at Huang Yuru speechlessly. I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about this Tianlong man. Kizaru pointed at the Tianlong man beside him. I don't want to kill this. Bai Yu said with a smile. I think it's better for you to kill. Kizaru looked at Bai Yu seriously. If I don't kill, I will kill you. Bai Yu shook his head quickly. He will not waste such a good opportunity. Sure enough, even if it is waste, it still has the value of waste. Tell me the conditions. Kizaru knew very well that Bai Yu would definitely not let him go. Instead of letting Bai Yu speak, he might as well take the initiative to speak. What you are saying is that we are all on our own and we have to negotiate terms. I will help you deal with this garbage. Don't worry, he will definitely not return to the holy land of Mary Joa alive. If he does, I will kill Mary Joya. Bai Yu patted his chest and promised. Bai Yu, have I offended you in any way? Kizaru was really speechless. He really didn't know where he offended Bai Yu. No. Bai Yu asked doubtfully, why do you think so? If you really offend me, your fate will be the same as Akainu. So is it interesting for you to target me like this? Do you want to kill me? Kizaru felt that his brain was not enough. What I said is that I treat you like this because I appreciate you. Look at Akainu, I will kill him directly. Bai Yu suddenly thought of Blackbeard who had taken away Akainu's power, and quickly said, let me ask you something, why has Blackbeard been silent recently? There is no more Blackbeard in this world. Kizaru said. Did you kill Blackbeard? Bai Yu asked in surprise. Roughly the same. Kizaru said perfunctorily and said seriously, Bai Yu, you are really in danger now. Don't underestimate the strength of the world government. Got it, let's go. The next time we meet should be in Wano country, right? Bai Yu looked at Huang Yuan. Do it, otherwise it will be difficult for me to do business. Kizaru didn't answer Bai Yu's words, but he didn't deny it either. However, Bai Yu could see that his enemy in Wano country was definitely not just Kaido. Then I really took action. Bai Yu asked. Take action. Before Kizaru could finish his words, Bai Yu kicked him in the stomach. Goodbye. Bang. Kizaru flew out directly. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 179. Can you handle the people here? Bai Yu turned his head and looked at Tizalo. These people are all under my control, but what do I do next? Tizalo was very anxious. This place is the result of his hard work for many years. If he just gave it up, he would really be reluctant to do so. You don't have to do anything, you are just a victim, and the death of Tianlong has nothing to do with you. You can just continue to do what you did before, and I will arrange for someone to contact you for the rest. Bai Yu naturally doesn't want to give up here. After all, this Golden City's ability to collect money is really strong. If you want to support a huge force, less money will definitely not be enough. A navy warship costs 100 million belly. Still, not counting other expenses. Frankie also consumes a lot of money to build the suit. All of these require money. His current forces are only Moria and the Girl Island, as well as Dressrosa, which is the most expensive. It's Dressrosa. That guy Caesar is frantically researching the steel suit, consuming a huge amount of money, and there is no way to make a profit for a while. And this Golden City can completely solve the funding problem. I understand, then how do you leave? Tizalo asked very puzzledly. Just leave. Bayou said, pushing in the air, and a door appeared. How much ability can you copy? Tizalo's eyes widened and he was shocked. This is not a question you should ask, do it well, maybe you will have a chance to board our pirate ship in the future. Bayou encouraged me. Bayou, shall we leave now? Luffy obviously hasn't had enough fun and doesn't want to leave yet. Do you want to play here or become the Pirate King? Bayou asked. One Piece. Luffy didn't hesitate at all. Nothing is more important than this. Why don't you leave quickly? Bayou said angrily. Money. Nami looked at the pile of chips and her eyes turned into Bailey. This place is all ours, but we still need this little money. Bayou was very helpless. Well, Tetsalo, remember you owe me 2.8 billion belly. Nami looked at Tizalo fiercely. No problem, Miss Nami. Cold sweat broke out on Tizaro's forehead. He is not a fool and can see the relationship between these three women and Bayou. And there is no one in the Straw Hat Pirates that he can offend. Although he is Bayou now the men. The Straw Hats returned to the pirate ship, directly used the wind to explode and flew into the sky, and escaped. At this time, the CP0 people had already arrived in the VIP room. They saw the two dead celestial dragons. And lying on the ground. Tetsalo. Asshole. Tetsalo. Wake up. The people in CP0 were very angry. Two more celestial dragons died. They will definitely be punished when they go back. Ahem. Tizaro coughed twice, spit out a mouthful of blood, and said weakly, it's the Straw Hats. They robbed me of my money and also captured Lord Kamal El Saint. It's the damn Straw Hats again. The people in CP0 are extremely angry. The last time they killed the celestial dragons was the Straw Hats, and now they have killed two more and captured one. The methods are the same as last time. This is a provocation to the world government. It's really terrible. Kizaru walked over unhurriedly, glanced at Tizalo, and said nothing. Tizalo felt a little scared after seeing Kizaru. Kizaru. You actually let the Straw Hats escape? CP0 asked Kizaru loudly. Are you teaching me how to do something? Kizaru turned to look at CP0. Although the CP organization is directly under the world government, he really doesn't care. Even the 5 old stars will give some of their veteran generals some face. These little minions dare you order him? The most important thing is that he is in a very unhappy mood now. Snored. I will report this matter to Wulaoxing truthfully. CP0 said and turned around to leave. They still have to chase the Straw Hats. Because another celestial dragon is captured and they have to rescue them. It's so scary. Kizaru looked like he wanted to be beaten. Now Kamal Saint is kidnapped by the Straw Hats. If the Draco cannot be rescued, I don't think it will be easy for you either, right? The person from CP0 said through gritted teeth. You have time to tell me this, why not hurry up and chase, maybe you can still see the shadow of the Straw Hat Pirates. After Kizaru finished speaking, he turned into golden light and disappeared. Only fools would chase the Straw Hats. Sir, the Straw Hat Pirates ship has flown away. People from the CP agency ran in to report. Flew away. The person from CP0 asked in surprise. The Straw Hat Pirates' pirate ships have the ability to fly, making it difficult to catch them. Another masked man said. No matter how difficult it is, we must catch them. Order all fleets to pursue the Straw Hats. Yes. The men left immediately. Tetsalo, you also have an unshirkable responsibility for this matter. I will truthfully report this matter to Wulaoxing when the time comes. CP0 looked at Tetsalo and said coldly. The strength of the Straw Hats is completely beyond my ability to deal with. I believe the 5 old stars will understand, and my losses will be huge. Tzalo said very forcefully. He is still the popular king of the participating countries of the world government, and there is no reason to be afraid of these people. And he also knows that if he is really afraid, it will arouse suspicion. Snort. Bratty businessman. CP0 snorted coldly, turned around and left. They also know how much money Tzalo gives to the world government every year. Without the order of the 5 old stars, they can't do anything to Tzalo. The most important thing now is to save him first back to the Tianlong people. At that time, the Straw Hats had already disappeared without a trace. It was really a dream for them to still want to catch up with the Wanli sunshine. You continue to leave for Wano country, and I will take care of some things. When the time comes, I will go directly to Wano country to join you. Baiyu said. Not only did he have to send this Tianlong man to Daughter's Island, but he also had to arrange some other things. Wano country is destined to be a melee. Although they are strong, their numbers are too few after all. And Kaido's all of his men are rough-skinned and fleshy animal-type ability users. He needs to be prepared. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 180. Daughter Island. Lord Shiji, what the hell is going on? I don't know. We were fine on the way back. If this high fever does not go away, it may be life-threatening. Lady Snake G has never been sick before. Could it be poisoning? Everyone looked at Hancock lying on the bed and was a little helpless. They had never seen this disease at all. They didn't know where to start the treatment. They had used all the treatment methods, but there was no effect at all. Okay, you all go down. A short old woman came over. What about mother-in-law? Everyone was surprised to see the old woman. Sandasonia and Marigold can just stay. Grandma Zi said and walked to Hancock's side. The others looked at each other and left the room. Hey, mother-in-law, do you know what disease my sister has? Marigold asked. Tell me everything that happened in the New World and who you met, especially men. Mother-in-law looked at the two of them very seriously. Okay, let's go out this time. Sandasonia told them exactly what happened when they went out this time. Have you met that clone Baiyu? And he also helped you solve the problem of the mark on your back. My mother-in-law was startled. Although there was no news about the daughter country, she still knew a little about that terrifying man. And that man had the terrifying strength to kill a general. Well, that man is immune to my sister's petrification ability, and he also has overlord-like domineering and is very powerful. My sister seems to be very special to that man. Marigold said. It seems that just as I guessed, Shiji is indeed suffering from that disease. Mother-in-law sighed. What disease? The two women asked quickly. Love sickness. Love sickness. The two women looked confused and had no idea what kind of disease this was. The previous emperor died of love sickness. Mother-in-law Zi sighed, this is the most deadly terminal disease in the daughter country, and there is no cure. What? What, mother-in-law? Hurry up and find a way to save your sister. The two girls were really frightened. They couldn't imagine what Daughter's Island would be like without the pirate empress. The only way to save Shiji now is to find that Baiyu. My mother-in-law also knows the seriousness of the matter. If Hancock really dies, it will be a disaster for Daughter's Island. White Feather. Hancock whispered softly. Go find the phone bug left by Baiyu. Sanda Sonia quickly shouted. It's useless. That phone bug was killed by my sister. Marigold shook his head and sighed. Report. The Navy is here and wants to see Lady Snake. A voice came from outside. Damn it. The Navy just came at this time. Marigold knows that there must be no good intentions for the Navy to come here. Maybe it is to convey some instructions from the world government. I'll go take a look. Sanda Sonia said and walked out. At this time, the Navy must not be allowed to know their current situation. Be careful. Marigold was also a little worried. Navy, if you have anything to say, please tell me. My sister doesn't have time to see you. Sanda Sonia came to the dock and said. Please let Boya Hancock come out immediately, otherwise we will force our way in. The Vice Admiral shouted loudly. Break in? Give it a try. Sanda Sonia's words fell. The soldiers protecting the country on Daughter Island immediately entered into battle preparations. Do you want to rebel? The Vice Admiral asked coldly. Are all Vice Admirals so awesome now? Who? The sudden sound startled the Vice Admiral. Sanda Sonia looked around quickly, but saw nothing. At this moment, the Vice Admiral's head flew up. Yes, there was nothing, no one was seen. He just flew up without any warning. Blood spurted out from his neck. Lieutenant General Bruce. The Navy on the warship exclaimed. Then, a huge thunder fell from the sky. But strangely, this huge thunder did not move at all. And after bombarding the warship, it did not produce any sound at all. But it's not small at all. The warship was instantly shattered. What happened? Sanda Sonia was also completely confused. Is it the protection of God? I just thought I heard someone talking. It's so weird that no sound happened at all. How could such a huge destructive force make no sound? Is there really a God? The soldiers protecting the country on Daughter Island also began to talk about it. At that time, a door appeared in the palace. Bayou came out, holding a big bag in his hand. You are Bayou. When my mother-in-law saw Bayou, she was so frightened that she quickly took 2 steps back to block Hancock. It's me, you're the mother-in-law, leave Hancock to me. Bayou said and walked to Hancock's side and said softly, Hancock. Hancock heard Bayou's voice and slowly opened his eyes. Bayou. Is that you? It's me, I came to see you and brought you a gift. Bayou said and helped Hancock sit up. Phew. Hancock's pretty face turned red instantly, and hot air spurted out from the top of his head. He quickly hid in the corner of the room and asked in a low voice, are you here to marry me? Of marry. Bayou was stunned for a moment. He really hadn't thought about this problem. You don't even dare to look at her, but you dare to talk about such big things as getting married. Ja's mother-in-law complained at the side. Why are you here? Hancock's face changed instantly, he grabbed Grandma Yes' hair and threw it out of the window. Snake girl. You will regret this. Grandma's voice gradually disappears. Hancock. Bayou shouted. Hancock's body softened when he heard Bayou's voice. Call your 2 sisters in and show them the gifts I have brought. You said with a smile. As soon as he finished speaking, the 2 women rushed in. When they saw Bayou, they were all stunned. Hello, I just wanted Hancock to call you. Bayou greeted with a smile. Hello. The 2 women stuttered. Bayou appears here, the weird attack just now. Open the bag and give you a gift. Bayou said. Oh. Sanda Sonia opened the bag in confusion. Celestial dragons. When the 3 sisters saw the Tianlong people in the bag, they were so frightened that they backed away. This is Kamal Saint, you should be familiar with it, right? Bayou said with a smile, if you want to defeat the fear in your heart, you have to face it. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 181. Fear is something everyone has. Even Bayou is the same. The only way to defeat fear is to face it. Blindly avoiding will never defeat fear. The reason why Bayou brought this Tianlong here was not just to please Hancock. Rather, they hoped to heal their spiritual wounds. Just like Tetsalo. The woman whom I once loved deeply was bought by the celestial dragons and died an unexpected death. Tetsalo himself became a slave. Although the marks of the slaves behind them are covered up, the psychological trauma can never be healed. This also broke out the hatred for the Tianlong people. But Bayou doesn't want Hancock to be the same as Tetsalo. Tetsalo is just his subordinate, a tool to make money for him. And Hancock is his woman. He can kill as many of the celestial dragons as they want. He doesn't want his woman to fall into hatred and lose him. Did you really capture this Tianlong man? Hancock was very surprised. She really didn't expect that Bayou would find this Tianlong man so quickly. It was also an accident. This guy came to the door by himself, and brought a son and a daughter with him. However, I killed them both, so I brought this old guy to you. Bayou said with a smile. It's like killing a chicken. Tianlong people. Haha, in his eyes, these people are not even garbage. You killed 2 more celestial dragons. Hancock's eyes widened. There is no difference between killing one of these rubbish and killing 2. He leaves it to you. Bayou smiled slightly. Thanks. Hancock thanked him, stood up, and walked to Kamal Saint. Do you still remember me? Maybe you don't remember it, but I will always remember you. I will never forget you in this life. Hancock said, the murderous look on his face getting stronger and stronger. She has endured too much over the years. If it were not for this country, she would never accept the title of Shishibukai. She wanted to kill Mary too many times. Joya, kill these damn Dracos. If you dare to kill me, the world government will not let you go. El Saint shouted sharply. His only trump card is the world government. Apart from that, he doesn't have any trump cards. They are not human beings and do not have any humanity, but we are still human beings. Let's throw him into the snake cave and let him die happily. Hancock didn't pay any attention to this draconian. Got it, sister? The 2 sisters mentioned it, and Kamal Saint walked out of the palace. Bayou, thank you. Hancock thanked him very seriously. This is what I should do. I just killed the Navy. It is estimated that the Navy will send people over later. Just act as if you don't know anything. Next time the Navy comes over, you should immediately agree to them no matter what. Bayou knows the situation on Girl Island. Without the protection of the world government, pirates and Navy will come here to harass. There will definitely be no peace here. Well, I listen to you. Hancock nodded immediately, showing no resistance at all to Bayou's words. The current situation is not optimistic. You must be ready to fight at any time. I will provide you with weapons and equipment. Bayou knows very well that since the Navy is looking for Hancock, it will notify the other Shishibukai. The purpose is to destroy their Straw Hat gang. No one in 9 Snakes is afraid of the Navy, and the Navy will not attack us easily. Hancock also understood that something big was definitely going to happen now. However, 9 Snakes are not that easy to deal with. I will ask someone to send you the equipment. You should have seen the power of the steel suit we wore in the war on the top, right? Bayou is very aware of the power of Nirmagamada. With the help of steel suits, the Navy will definitely have to pay a huge price if it wants to take down 9 Snakes. He believes that Aokiji will definitely not be willing to pay such a price. Are you talking about the steel suit of your boatman Frankie? Hancock's eyes widened. She had seen the horror of that suit with her own eyes. Pacifists are no match. It seems that you also know something about our straw hats.
Yes, it's that suit.
Bayou smiled slightly. Did the Navy come to me to deal with you? Asked Hancock. More or less, the Navy won't deal with us yet, they will deal with the 4 emperors. Bayou didn't hide it. Although Hancock is a bit of a nymphomaniac, he is not stupid. That concubine will definitely stand by your side, no matter who your opponent is. Hancock said seriously. Don't worry, if that day comes, I'll let you help. Bayou smiled. He would naturally not forget Hancock's powerful help, let alone regard this powerful combat power as a vase. It's just not the time yet. He knew very well that the final battle would not be between him and the Navy, but with the world government. The moment they find Ravdru, the world government will unleash all its might. Even the 5 old stars will take action. This was his hunch. Because what happened in that blank 100 years would definitely have a huge impact on the world government. Who was Joy Boy and what he left behind? He really wants to know.